You know, having spent a long career in business, you learn to appreciate how valuable the institutions that have been built up over the years are to our way of life in Australia. So I'm talking about the democratic institutions that we have, the legal institutions that have been established and so on, and just how valuable those things really are. And I think you feel a responsibility to protect and enhance those things for the next generation. So key policies there are really important, of course. The second point I'd make, though, is that, you know, with experience and the travel that you do and so on, the reading that you do, just gives you a strong sense of the human condition and how much there is to be done to improve people's lot in this world. Well, what I really like about the Global Foundation is that it brings together a lot of well-intentioned, very capable people from different disciplines. So you might imagine that, having been in business, I spend a lot of time prosecuting the causes of business and so on. But it's generally that narrow focus, and what the Global Foundation does for me is to enable me not only to bring my business interests, but to listen to people who might be from the religious sector, they might be from the social service sector, they might be from government, might be from the education sector. And so it brings together all these different interests. And if you think about it, that really parallels the problems that government face. So that, you know, it brings together all those different things that the governments have to take into account. And it brings us together as citizens, and I think we're well placed to advise governments in that way. Well, look, I think the biggest issue that we face is, of course, improving the lot of those less fortunate around the globe. Although great progress has been made, and if you look recently, the number of people living in poverty has been greatly reduced. But there's still such a long way to go. I think the Global Foundation has a role to play in improving policy settings in Australia and bringing to bear pressure on governments to improve the policy settings in Australia, but also to define Australia's role in the world and to think through how Australia, as a middle-ranking power, but a very credible middle-ranking power, can have an impact on global policies as well.